coach speaks. You know, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I can start. Just first off, general thoughts on the game and how it went.
Vlad, you want to start?
Yes. I feel like we're gonna be better. We have a lead in the first half and just like couldn't keep up with the small details that we knew about. So just be a little bit smarter and keep going.
Tre, your thoughts?
I mean, we could see that overcomplicated. I mean, we gotta play Michigan basketball. I feel like we gotta play faster. I mean, we got to go as much as we would like to play a little bit faster. I mean, just gotta control it.
Anybody else? Go ahead, John.
It's like you said, Vlad, you guys got off to a hot start there. What did Wake Forest do to come back in the first half?
We scouted them, I feel like, pretty well. We knew they're gonna play physical. They're gonna make a play, and it's just experience. And we learned as a group all together that sometimes we have to like keep, when things go well, we have to keep focusing more on some details.
Go ahead.
And then Wake had a lot of offensive rebounds, especially there in the last few minutes. What made it so challenging to collect defensive rebounds?
I mean, I feel like when it comes to rebounds, it's just about effort and want to. I feel like that was the emphasis they came out in the second half, and they took pride on one offensive play.
What can you take away from an early test like this season? Like, what's the advantage of playing pretty close, tough game against our?
I mean, it's something that you look forward to. But I mean, it's just a learning process. I mean, there's no championships won in November. I mean, at Michigan, we're trying to win championships. I mean, we can sit here and look at all the bad stuff we did, what we can learn from it, and Power Rider, what we can learn from it, and continue to build on what we have here at Michigan, and keep going to our end goal, which is to win a championship.
Your thoughts?
I mean, winning is hard, and I feel like we have a lot of experienced players who understands it, and we just have to stay together. No matter if we win, if we lose, it doesn't change our culture. We play for each other, and we're gonna continue playing for each other.
Anything else?
Yeah, Tre, can you take us through that halftime shot you had?
Coach just drew it up and we executed it. I mean, I just gave it a chance. And went to it. I mean, it was a fun shot.
Kind of from the outside, you have 2 7-footers, Vlad, with you in this game. Like, what is unique about that? What do you like about that? Playing with 2 big guys. Same question, Tre, from your perspective as well.
I feel like it opens a lot of passing lanes because they need obviously 7-footer, and he obviously has unbelievable passing skills. So it just opens a lot of windows where I usually didn't see ball coming from, and now it's just something that I have to adjust as well. But it's great playing with players like him because he's definitely one of the kind.
I mean, just like really to have 2 7-footers, like you said, it opens up so much more for us offensively and defensively. With Danny being able to put the ball on the floor and stretch the floor, and then Vlad being able to have his paint presence, it gives us so many different looks offensively and defensively.
Anything else? All right, thank you, fellas.
We appreciate the Gazelle Group for putting on this game. It had a road type of NCAA tournament feel to it. This arena was it was a great environment. Hats off to Wake, the way they drew. There's great energy in the building. Without a doubt, we'll learn something from this experience. And this is why we play these semi-road game, I guess you call semi-road games this time of year, so you can find out some things about your team. And I think we all learned a few things tonight.
Questions for Coach? Go ahead, Eli.
What did you see in that last 7-8 minutes where we came up, put a little bit more pressure defensively? What did you see from your offense that you liked or didn't like?
Well, the biggest possessions, we slipped on the court. I thought the 2 biggest possessions. Other than that, we didn't cut very well. We're usually a very good cutting team, and I don't know if it was the fatigue because our rotation was off. We had a few guys playing more minutes than they typically do in our rotation. So I don't know if we were a little fatigued from the cutting, but the ball stuck, and we didn't cut quite as well as we're capable of. And I think there's a lot of, I think our best possessions, we had great off-ball movement. Wake does a nice job in their ball screen coverage. It's something different than we typically see, and we didn't adjust very well on the fly to it.
Next question, anyway? Go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, you guys got turned over quite a bit, especially in the first half, and as you said, slipping in the court later in the second half. How do you feel that affected the runs in the first half and just the execution at the end?
I thought we drove bad spacing a few times, and when you drive bad spacing against Wake, they're extremely active in the gaps, and they made us pay probably 75% of the time we drove bad spacing. Now, if you do manage to get through the first wave, you can find an open three-pointer, but it's high risk, high reward, and we probably took those risks a little too frequently today.
Similar question I asked Vlad. Wake had one possession right there in the last 2 minutes where they had 2 offensive rebounds. How hurtful were those, and what were they doing to have success against Vlad on the inside?
It seemed like they were long rebounds. Reed does a good job of wedging his, Vlad's blocking him out, this guy does a good job of wedging him under the rim, and he can see the ball and he had a range. Our guards need to do a better job, and they may have done a solid job on that one, I'm not sure, but just in generality, they need to do a better job of flying in and getting in the fight and helping out the bigs, especially on those long rebounds, because they carry them to seem like 16, 17 feet. Hats off to our guys. I thought they kept competing. They didn't drop their heads. They battled again and again and again, and Wake Forest made the plays they needed to win. Hats off to them.
It's a challenge to bring in so many new players. You know, I think every team is dealing with the transfer era, bringing in new players and trying to give them a mesh. Is that something you kind of noticed? You're going to have to, every week's going to be kind of a different experience.
I think so, yeah. And even for us not knowing all of our guys, what positions to put them in, we only see, we watch the film, how we play with the previous schools, and then the way we play. So we're still learning our guys. They're still learning us. We have a long way to go. We have a group that's hungry to get better, and I think the things that we're going to get out of this game, we'll start playing on Tuesday.
Dusty, when you scout a team like Wake, you know that they have shooting, and you know that they haven't made their shots yet. You have a feeling that it's only going to be a matter of time, and you just hope it's not against you at a certain point. Absolutely.
Obviously, Spiller's had a great game and made shots, and he's playing with a lot of confidence. And the last game, last 2 games, he's shot it with confidence, and he hasn't knocked them down. And tonight he did. And they needed him. I thought his energy, I thought his aggression driving the ball. I think he just made real pivotal plays to stop a run or to make some plays. So, nice pickup by them. He seems to fit the rest of their team well. That group seems to have, like us, they're unique in their abilities, but it seems like Spillers has really fit in well, and he brings a lot of energy to the game.
What's the early take on the 2 7-footers playing together? It's just, they're so big.
Yeah, we're still ironing out some kinks, and it's probably a little bit overblown because they don't play together a lot. I think if you look at the minutes, at least half of them, they're not together. We just have to find a way to take care of the basketball. We turn it over in practice, we turn it over in our exhibitions, we turn it over in our 2 contests now. So for us to be as good as we can be, we can't give teams easy baskets because of our turnovers.
Ruben Jones obviously made his debut tonight off the bench. What do you see from him, and do you expect him to stay in that role off the bench?
I don't know yet. We're still looking at some lineup combinations. Ruben, I thought he played well defensively. Foul troubles limited him significantly so far this year in the limited sample size. But I thought he makes plays off the ball. He sees the game at a high level. I don't think he's in the game shape, but he's not in the game type of shape that he's going to be in a couple weeks just because he's missed so much practice time. We need him to be a veteran, a guy that we can look to as an example of how to play both sides of basketball. He's unselfish. We look forward to getting him back where he can play minutes.
Do you like scheduling these early season tests? Like, is this something you want to do moving forward?
No, I'm just kidding. Absolutely. This game was great. We learned a lot about our team. If we go in the right direction, and you never know what your team's going to do. Do you need confidence by playing teams you should win at home? Or do you need to go get challenged? And in our league, we just felt like our league, the reputation precedes it as far as physicality and road environments and things like that. And so we just thought early on for us to get better, for us to use November, we used to have practice time and whatnot. But we needed to see where we were, and it's no secret Wake Forest, I mean, anyone in our profession thinks this is the best team that Coach Forbes has had, and they could potentially be a second weekend NCAA tournament team. So that's you know, we weren't naive to this could be a big challenge, and it was, and shoot, I mean, other than the loss, we're glad we did it because we're going to be better for it.
Anybody have anything else? All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.